The red button and the invisible government, how control replaced governance. 1. Culture, power, and reality. Culture, as one wise Southerner once said, is the integration of the divine in everyday life. That line hits harder than a federal audit. Why? Because it explains where good governance begins, not in Washington, but in the values that shape ordinary life. Wealth, in truth, comes from healthy families, sound education, and shared moral grounding. So what does that actually mean? It means you can't build an honest financial system on a corrupt cultural foundation. If the roots rot, the fruit follows. When government forgets culture, it builds systems that work on paper but not in life. The gap between official reality and real reality widens. One is televised. The other decides whether you can afford groceries. And here's the punchline: the official version is for cocktail parties. The real version is for risk management. Footnote: culture determines the quality of governance, governance determines the sustainability of wealth. 2. The financial coup. Since 1998, over $21 trillion has quietly gone missing from the federal accounts. That's not an accounting error, that's a parallel system. It's like discovering your roommate has a second credit card in your name and is somehow richer than you. The laws on financial management? They're excellent. The Constitution's fiscal clauses? Solid. The problem? They're ignored. Reform doesn't mean new laws, it means enforcing the ones already written. So what does that actually mean? It means the swamp doesn't need new rules, it needs a lifeguard. And in 2018, a boringly named policy, FOSOB 56, gave the federal government permission to operate parts of its books in total secrecy. Imagine if your accountant could legally erase transactions because national security. That's where we are. Footnote: the missing money is not about insolvency, it's about unaccountable power. 3. The red button problem. Once upon a time, a speaker asked an audience of 100, if you could stop all drug trafficking tomorrow by pushing a red button, but your mutual funds would drop, would you push it? Only one person raised their hand. 99 preferred comfort over conscience. So what does that actually mean? It means our system survives because people quietly profit from its dysfunction. The red button represents moral choice, the green one represents personal gain. To fix the system, we have to make doing the right thing profitable again. Until then, reform is just theater. Footnote: people rarely destroy what funds their retirement, even if it destroys their society. 4. The governance shift. Somewhere between 1997 and 2000, the world's central bankers decided they didn't just want to print money, they wanted to run everything that money touched. Digital technology gave them the perfect tool. Software now does what soldiers used to, enforce control. So what does that actually mean? It means the line between monetary policy and political power disappeared. Algorithms replaced ballots. Fiscal control moved from Congress to code. It's elegant, efficient, and completely unaccountable. That's why the real problem isn't inflation, it's invisibility. The rules of the game are being rewritten by those who own the servers. Footnote: digital systems don't centralize money, they centralize obedience. 5. CBDCs, the programmable cage. Central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, aren't currencies. They're remote control systems disguised as innovation. They can track every purchase, set spending limits, freeze accounts, and assign permissions to money. One banker even said it aloud, "We will have absolute control." So what does that actually mean? It means your money stops being yours. It becomes a license, renewable at the state's discretion. Disobey a mandate, say the wrong thing online, and your balance can go to zero in seconds. And because this system runs through the Bank for International Settlements in Switzerland, most of it operates under sovereign immunity. Translation: No accountability, anywhere. Footnote. A programmable dollar is not money, it's digital permission with an expiration date. 6. The 12 Steps to Total Control. Every device in your life, your phone, your car, your fridge, is quietly joining a single network. The Internet of Things meets the Internet of Money. Add a digital ID and voila, your existence becomes a subscription service. So what does that actually mean? It means freedom will vanish not with a bang, but with a password reset. Each convenience, QR codes, smart meters, digital wallets, is harmless alone but lethal together. Once everything connects, the control grid activates. Your thermostat, your car, your food purchases, all programmable. It's the soft launch of a global behavioral operating system. Footnote. The road to digital tyranny is paved with user agreements. 7. The illusion of reform. Politicians talk about fixing Washington the way toddlers talk about fixing clocks. They don't understand how it works. Tech billionaires now play surgeon, promising to cut bureaucracy while quietly fusing it with corporate AI systems. So what does that actually mean? It means we've traded bureaucrats for defense contractors in hoodies. They're not shrinking government, they're privatizing it. And once the code is written, good luck voting it out. The system doesn't need new faces, it needs new accountability. Without it, even innovation becomes a form of conquest. Footnote. A coup wrapped in a startup pitch is still a coup. 8. The way out. The good news? The exit is local. Freedom is defended by counties, not capitals. By communities with gardens, sheriffs, and working relationships, not algorithms. So what does that actually mean? It means build from the ground up. Support your state legislators, your local farmers, your real bankers. Invest in living equity, soil, health, trust. The future currency isn't crypto or CBDC. It's relationships that can't be deleted. Prayer helps. So does pulling your money from the hands of those who build your digital cage. Because control needs your consent to function, and silence counts as consent. Footnote. Freedom isn't lost all at once, it's automated by convenience.